Please put your hand together for Dr. Pao Sekau.
Yeah. Well, just let me just welcome a few friends here who come join us tonight. And from the representing the Premier Victoria is Bromland Halfpenny. So Bromland, thank you very much for coming. And from the Liberal Party, represent the leader of opposition, Craig Odachi. Thank you very much for coming. And Dr. Sandra, who is a man of many talents, represent everything, everywhere. Yeah, so thank you very much, Dr. Sandra. And Councillor 9, Kurt, also our deputy mayor for Hume, where the 90% of the Hmong people live in. Now, and a few of our friends here, distinguished guests too, ladies and gentlemen, and family and friends. So, thank you very much for coming. I just want to take this opportunity to just run down briefly on the Hmong history, just very briefly, so you know where we are placed. About 5,000 years ago, the Hmong are known to live in China. And that's before the Chinese actually moved to China. That is the Chinese expanding, then the Hmong were pushed away from the land to the mountains. Since then, they're known as the hill tribe. But they're lowland farmer people. And there's many war between the Chinese and the Hmong in China for the last 5,000 years, that until the 1800s. That's the last big war that sent off all the leaders of the Hmong to North Vietnam, Laos, Thailand, and Burma. There's a big turning point in the Vietnam War when the Americans and the Australians go to Vietnam to fight the war. The CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency of the USA, decided to recruit the Hmong to fight on the American and Australian side. But they fight on the second front of the Vietnam War, not in South Vietnam, but in Laos itself. Because as you know, for the North Vietnamese to get into South Vietnam, the North Vietnamese have to cross through Lao territory. And the Lao territory there is known as the Ho Chi Minh Trail. And this Ho Chi Minh Trail actually runs through the backyard of the Hmong. So because of the involvement of the war, when the war finished, then the communists took over Laos, and then the Hmong basically left undefended. And the repercussion of the Hmong, many are arrested, killed, and about 1/3 of the Hmong just become refugees to Thailand. At that time, there's 8 students, Hmong students in Australia. Then we want to bring the Hmong refugees to Australia, but Australia considered the Hmong as to be too primitive and too illiterate, that they will not be able to fit into this sophisticated society. So the government decided not to accept the Hmong, except allow us to bring our family together. So all the Hmong in Australia here now, we are numbered about just under 4,000 people right through Australia, and those are all related to the 8 students that were in Australia at the time of following the end of the Vietnam War. Since the last 45 years, we've been doing not too badly. I think consider that we are considered as the most primitive people, the most illiterate people by the Australian government. But so far, out of these 4,000 Hmong refugees in Australia, we have half a dozen doctors, half a dozen lawyers, we have scientists, we have teachers, we have business people, everywhere too. So far, I think we are doing okay so far. So tonight, as our CEO said, is that because we are small community, so we are very mindful to keep our identity here. And this is a platform where all the people, all the Hmong can come together, and also at the same time mixing with all the other ethnic groups from around Australia. And so we can all come together and live in harmony in this society, this is multicultural society, Australia. So this is basically what we're doing. And thank you very much for all your participation tonight. everyone come tonight are all volunteer to participate in. And I must add one thing, that tonight is made possible because of we have a small grant from the Australian Multicultural Commission, all right, and also from the Victorian government. So that's how we can held this function tonight. So thank you very much. And we hope that in our 45 years, which is next year, it's going to be a national celebration. And we are looking forward for some more support from both of you, the Commission, and also the government. And also we want support from the opposition as well. So thank you very much. And have a great time. Enjoy yourself.